Well, hello again. Another video. As I've said before, every time I do a video something crops up from Railmaster, which it has. I have had a message yesterday from Railmaster, and what it actually is what they've done is they've changed the email address. That's what it used to be, and that's what it is now. Now, if you look at the system at the moment, if you go onto here and go to this bit here, it's actually got there as the old one. Now, whether this will happen if you try to do a message this way, I don't know, but the best way to do it is to send them an email direct. That is to that one there, support@railmaster.co.uk. That is what's going to happen. This most probably won't change until the updates come in the system. But I thought I'd just point that out. And what I'll actually do, I'll put it in the comments at the bottom here, so you can actually, if you don't see it on the video as such, you can actually see it down here as well. So that's one thing. Now, over the weekend, I've had quite a few calls coming in. Now, one particular gentleman, what it was, he's got a train, and when he presses the shunt, the train is doing 100 miles an hour. Now, I know what that is straight away, but I did check other things. What actually it is if you go to here, go to your trains, like this. Always wait for this bit, it's always a pain in the backside, this bit is. But, right, now if I now go to this one, we say, not that one, no, let's try another one. Let's go down here a bit, see if I can find another one. Nope. There we are. Right, what we've got here is, see that bit there where it says max there. Now all these trains, when they put in Railmaster as such, they've all got these limits. So this one here is at 80. Now one of the things is, if that comes up as max 1, that's what's causing it. So what you've got to do, I'm afraid, is you've got to delete that loco off your system and put it back in again. Every so often it'll come up, this happens. I haven't had this myself, but some people have got it, and I've had calls about it, but that's what it actually is. If that there says max 1, that means it's going to go 100 miles an hour. So beware of that one. The Flying Scotsman, I think, is 97 or 110. That might cause a problem, so just beware. If that it says max 1 there, you've got to take the train off. If you've got sounds in, I'm afraid you've got to put them all back again. But if it's max 1, you've got to take that out and put the train back in again. So that is something that's cropped up over the weekend. Now also, as a gentleman has asked me, is when I do my videos like this one here, we'll say I've got the train starting up, then I do a train announcement, and then the train starts off. And he wants to know how to putting the train announcement in with this program. And I'll show you how to do that now. Now, first of all, is what I've got. You can do it to Railmaster, but it's a bit awkward. But what I'll do is if I come to here, I've got one here which is the train announcement generator. This one here, wait for it to come up. This is it. Right. This is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I think it was £20. I don't know if it's actually gone up. It was £20. But every station in the country is in this system. But first of all, I'll go to here, and I'll just show you. And that is the address for getting hold of me. It's www.pipandbean.com. And then what you actually get is you get an evaluation. You actually do a Railmaster when you go to Pro. You then go into it again, press for the real one. They'll give you a code, you put the code in and you'll get this. Now, I've got two versions of this. If I go back to here for a minute. Now, what I'm going to do is I'll show you how I do this. First of all, I'm going to put in next train. I'm now going to go to platform 2 there. Now down here you've got this, and this is all the different types you've got. You've got local stopping, C-Link, you've got Golden Arrow, Bristolian, all that. Now I've got the Red Dragon, which is in there, you see? Now on here you find the station where you're going to go to. Now I do all this by National Rail. I find where I'm going to go from, where I'm going to go to. I then find what the route is, and also all the train stations it's going to stop at, and I put them all in. Now what I'm going to do this one, I'm going to do Bangor. That's that one there, right? Click that, I'll put that in as Bangor. If I go down here and just show you, look, these are all A's. So every letter has got, all the stations belong starting with A. So that's what those are. If I take that item in. Now what I've also done is on this side, I'll do again, find the stations and I put them in here. Now as it happens, I've got Chester, I've got Flint, Prestatyn, Rill, Colwyn Bay and Llandudno. Then I click this thing at the top there, which lights them up. Now down here you've got train has 2 coaches. If you go to this, you can put as many coaches as you want. It goes up to 10 I'm afraid, but I'm going to put 2 in there. And then you click it just there and it lights that up. The first cross location is in the rear. You can have it at the front, but I shall leave it at the rear. You click that one. We're going to do a Buffy service, apologise for late running and mind the gap. Now when you play the recording like this,
the next train to depart on platform 2 will be the 09:30, the Red Dragon service to Bangor, calling at Chester, Flint, Prestatyn, Rill, Colwyn Bay, Llandudno Junction, and Bangor only. This train is formed of 2 coaches. First class accommodation is located at the front of the train. A buffet service is available on this train. British Rail would like to apologise to passengers for the late running of this service and any inconvenience this may have caused. Please mind the gap when boarding this train.
So that is the announcement which we made, right? So what we've got to do now is, if you then, once you've found out that it's all working, you press this record and it'll bring you up a same type of thing. It'll do this, and what it'll actually do now, it'll actually ask you where you want to put this in, right? So what is this file name? So what we're going to put in here, we're going to put in, sorry about that, we put it in bands, just for show you how it works. Put it in bands like that, click save, and that shows you where it actually is in the system.
The next train to depart on platform 2 will be the 09:30, the Red Dragon service to Bangor, calling at Chester, Flint, Prestatyn, Rill, Colwyn Bay, Llandudno Junction, and Bangor only. This train is formed of 2 coaches. First class accommodation is located at the front of the train. A buffet service is available on this train. British Rail would like to apologise to passengers for the late running of this service and any inconvenience this may have caused. Please mind the gap when boarding this train.
So that's done that. So what you can do now is actually, I can come out of this now because I don't want that. If you go down to your files here, there's that and mine are in the sound files there. If I click that, and there it is, bands. And what I do now is double click it, like this. Now what happens, what I'll do now is, I'll do it this way, right. So what that is, that's now going to do what you just recorded and play it for you. But what I do, I've got this, which is a stopwatch as such, which is on my thing. Now this particular one, up here, plays for 41 seconds. So remember that and you write it down, 41 seconds, and you press this and put it back to 0, like that. So if I just do this, let's see.
The next train to depart on platform.
So that's where it is. So once you've done that and it's finished, you can come out of there now. You go back to your Railmaster. Now then, this is where the fun starts. Right, so we're going to use the Pride of Crew, that one there, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this up here like this. Just put this to one side for a second. Now then, one thing is with this programming is when you're changing points, so if I'm going to change that set of points and that set of points, you've got to count 2 seconds before you change the second one, else it won't work properly. So you click that and say 1, 2, then click that one. And that's how you do points on the programming system. You've got to leave 2 seconds between the two. So now I've brought this up like this. Now as you know, the first 6 are sitting over there. But there's some in here which I want to do as well. Now what first of all you do is click the tape recorder like this. Like that. And you say, what are you going to do now? It's going to record. Right. So we click that. Now what we're going to do now is go up here and go to the cab door. Put the cab door in. Come back down again. We're going to put on the cab lights, which are on there. See? We now put on the lights, which is there. We now start the train up. Now that generator doesn't work tied to this. So you can be doing these things and have the announcements going and it doesn't affect it at all. So that's one thing to do. So we've done that. So what we're going to do now, the cab lights are on. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to press this and I'm going to count off 41 seconds. I'm doing it slowly just to show you how I do it. As soon as I hit 41 seconds, I'm going to click the guard's whistle. So as soon as it comes up to 41, make it 42 let's call it, we'll do the guard's whistle. Do that, we do that, and then we'll do this. We can stop this one, we don't want that anymore. And the way the train goes. You can do what you want with it. So now we've got the cab lights on there at the moment. I'll just take the cab lights off, which I don't want. I should have done that first time, but that's how you do it. And then what you can do now is you can do another horn as it goes round. We'll do another one, then we'll stop it. Here it comes again. We'll do another horn. This has got the HM10000 decoder in it, this one has. So now what we're going to do now is we're going to slow it down. We're going to come down here until it stops, till we want where we're going to stop it. Now this is where you'll have to adjust things, but no, we've done that. So that's that bit done. So now what we're going to do now is we're going to put the cab lights back on again. There we are, cab lights back on again. We'll now turn that off. We'll now turn the lights off. We'll now turn the cab lights off. We'll now go back up here and find the cab door and click that. And that is it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to tick this off because I don't want that in. We now click this. And one says, would you like to view what you've just done? And we say yes. And that is the program there. Right? Now, as you'll see here, after we've done this one here, 1713, right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to go click on that and we go to plus. And what we're going to do now is put this in as 1750. 1750, like that. We go to this one now and go to the program command there. We now go to this box here and we apply sound, play, oops, come on, I always get this bit. Play sound, right? And there's a little button at the end here. If you click that, it'll then bring up all your sound files, which you've just done. Now that's the band one, right? So what I'll do is I'll put the band one in, right? So I click that, like that, click open. It's now put it in the system. Now what I'm going to do here, you have to do now, is do this, and I'll put in band test.
Detected at your front door.
So right, that's my own doorbell thing going. Right, band test, right? We go to here and click that, and it goes white. We can now come out again. Now what I can do is, to say all these trains work with mine on that one. Now if we go to here now, and then find band test, which is there, what we do now is we can click this. There's the cab door and the lights come on. So it's going to go slower than it normally does. There's the main lights gone on. There you are. You can hear the train announcement.
On platform 2 will be the 0930, the Red Dragon service to Bangor, calling at Chester, Flint, Prestatyn, Brill, Coleman Bay, Llandudno Junction and Bangor only. This train is formed of 2 coaches. First class accommodation is located at the front of the train. A buffet service is available on this train. British Rail would like to apologise to passengers for the late running of this service and any inconvenience this may have caused. Please mind the gap when boarding this train.
Now you should hear the guard's whistle. I think it works properly. Sometimes you have to do it the second time, it doesn't work first time. There's the guard. So I'm saying normally this would be a bit better than it is now, but there's the guard. It starts off. Now as I said, normally I would have turned the lights off, but I'd forgot. Because I'm trying video and talk and do the same time. These will actually go out in a second, you'll see them go out when I get round here. They are, they've gone out. Now what it's going to do now, it's going to come round here and do a horn toot. Right. There we are. It should do another one. It hasn't done it, I'll have to put that in again, but that's how it all works now. Far out, I think this should start slowing down. This is where you have to do a lot of adjustments. And this might not stop where it should do, so you've got to do all the changing. And it takes some time, an hour, 2 hours to do it all, but here it comes. So it's done it there, but that means it's short. But it might run on the next one. So what you're going to do now, by rights, the engine is going to turn off. But it gives you the idea how you actually do it. So you do that. Now should the lights will go out, and then that goes out. I think the cab doors are still on. Remember rightly, or just done. There are the cab doors, and it is finished. Now as you saw, this was not where it should be. So if I go back round to just cruise it round a bit. Now you can try that again and see how it goes. But that, and all you've got to do is just go back into it here, same as that. Go to here, go to the band one, which was just done, which is band test, band test one, that one, there, right? And what you'd actually do is this, where it says stop here, so it's at 151, you just increase that or decrease it to what you want it basically to stop. So all you're going to do is just do that and keep trying them. And that's how they all work. But that is, as I say, that's the way I set up my programs to go with the locos. Now, as you notice, I've got my little Ruston here. Now, when you do these locos, if you put it in as a Hornby train, you'll get the maximum restriction. You put it in as a manual, it can do what it wants. I can make this do about 40 miles an hour around the track, but as it happens, it is actually set at 10 miles an hour. And there it goes. I have no problem with this one. It's a lovely little train. Just going down there slowly. There it comes. It's like watching paint dry. This is why I don't normally control them, but this is one is controlled, of course. If I now bring that and do this and just put it down to crawl as such. Stop it there. Yeah. So that is a little one as well. Now I've just, one thing is, if you notice, the little green light isn't on there. They haven't been on since Saturday. I think the servers are down, because if you try and do a setup or to download Railmaster via the guide, it won't let you, and that's the reason. Until that comes back on, you can't do any of that stuff. So I've got a couple of people who are trying to put Railmaster online, as you might say, and to get the code activated, and of course they can't do it at the moment. Until that comes back, I am notifying them when I see that it's come back on again, but that is why you can't do such a things at the moment. Also, you'll find that if you've got this in 75 mode, if you turn it off and turn it back on, it comes back at 100. That is another part that's not is being affected by that bit there. I'll do a shout out also to a couple who over the last, I can't remember, yesterday or the day before, have contacted me with certain things. They have to set up Railmaster and one thing and another. They're from South Africa, and I'll sort of deal with you as I did with a couple others I've got. Once I know that I've got that back up in the line, I will then contact you and we'll sort and we'll set you up in Railmaster. As I say, this of course is Pro. When you first set it up, you get the normal one, and some of the stuff in here you won't get unless you get the Pro. But that is it for this particular video, just a quick one. So I will send you, put the new email address contact at the bottom of here. If you want me at any time, I'm on 01782 302194. My email address is there as well, and just below here you'll see another one which comes up in blue, which is a donation button. So you press that, and if you want to wish to donate to me, please do so. It'd be most grateful. It keeps me going, and I'll put the other comment in as well. So until then, I'll see you again. Goodbye.